Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After a short break in the Selvel Goa Professional League, we are back for a match that was postponed, match number 22 between Panjim Footballers and Sporting Clube De Goa. As we head over to the Panjim Footballers side, Thomas Alvarez keeping a close eye on his players with Akar Sanadi, and these are the goalkeepers. Shevin warming up for today's game. A big game for these goalkeepers facing Sporting Clube De Goa, who are gunning to get to the top of the table. They will go ahead of Selgaonkar Football Club if they win today, Sporting Clube De Goa. But this is the first 11 for Panjim Footballers, with Shevin Xavier Dikuna coming into the goal for Panjim Footballers. Janio Fernandez, Prasit, Akash, Pandurang, Ashok, Lakesh Gawas coming into the team as well. Alan Colasso, Lokesh Kumar Talwar, Cyril Dias, Valmiki Miranda, coached by Tommy Alex Alvarez. On to the Sporting Clube De Goa side, as we see Philip warming up for today's game. He'll be looking to get on the score sheet at some point, and so will Marcus Mascarenas. And it's good to see Ozan Silva back on goal for Sporting Clube De Goa, having conceded 2 goals in their last match against Kalingut Association. Sporting Clube De Goa will only hope that they get back to winning ways against the much younger Panjim Footballers. On to the first 11 for Sporting Clube De Goa. It's Ozan Silva who makes it way back to the starting 11. This is Myron Fernandez, Alton Vaz, Kunal Kundaikar, Alan Pixoto, Akiraj Martins, Marcus Mascarenas, Joel Colasso, Gaurav Kankonkar also making a comeback into the first 11. Gautam Dias, Rohit Totad, a very strong 11 for Sporting Clube De Goa today, coached by Francisco Vaz. On to the points table, and we can see third placed Sporting Clube De Goa will head to the top of the table on 19 points, just 2 points ahead of Selgaonkar and Dempo, having played 1 game more than Selgaonkar. But Panjim Footballers are in 8th position with 10 points. And we see the teams walking out, led by the referees today. A big game on the hands in context of the title challenge. Panjim Footballers, on the other hand, will be looking to upset the odds yet again, because they face the senior pros, which they hope to make at some point. Like I was saying, Panjim Footballers will be hoping that these young boys can make it to that senior team of Sporting Clube De Goa at some point, as Valmiki Miranda and Alton Vaz are here as captains for their respective teams for the toss. Panjim Footballers looking to upset the odds. Like I was saying, they will be hoping that they can upset Sporting Clube De Goa, who are not on a winning run at the moment. As you see, referee for today, Mario Malcolm Pereira, Melvin De Costa, Yuvraj Tari, and the 4th official, Lourdes Fernandez. Here we see Thomas Alvarez, always on his diary, looking to draw up tactics and strategies for his boys to execute against the big teams. And they are coming off a huge victory against Selgaonkar Football Club, which has really opened up this title race and has got the likes of Dempo Sports Club and Sporting Clube De Goa back into the fray. As we see the coach Francisco Vaz also looking to get back to winning ways for his boys today against Panjim Footballers, who are known to be the development side of Sporting Clube De Goa, but believe me when I say this, these young boys have all the right to stake and their claim on this main team of Sporting Clube De Goa, because Panjim footballers have been playing some splendid football, really. They've been in great form, Panjim footballers. They've beat Selgal in their last match, 1-0. They drew against another big team, Vasco Sports Club, 1-1 in their last two matches, whereas Sporting have failed to register a victory in their last two matches. Selgal, they drew 1-1, and Calangute, they conceded with the very last kick of the game, with Siddharth Kundaikar putting the free kick in the Sporting goal, courtesy a deflected header from Philippa Dogfu. The game ended 2-2, and what could have been Sporting Clube De Goa going into this match as table toppers, they could have consolidated their position if they won the game today against Panjim footballers. Turns out that they are only chasing Selgal Football Club now, but they can't put this table pressure right now on Selgal Football Club. They can go ahead of them. They can go 2 points ahead of Selgal Football Club today if they beat their so-called development team, Panjim footballers. But Panjim will be looking to give it their all, and these players must be very high on confidence at the moment as the referee blows the whistle to start this game as the ball comes in from Kunal Kundaikar. This is an early chance, but Shevin does well, coming out, avoiding any danger that could have been possible in the opening 10 seconds of this game. This is Janio Fernandez. An early foul by Gaurav Kankonkar on Valmiki Miranda, who's captaining this Panjim footballers side today. He has a big job on his hands, Janio Fernandez, the centre back. He's been in good form, Janio Fernandez, and he's been really leading these young boys from the back. And Cyril Dice getting a starting berth today. He'll be looking to make an impact on that right wing position. He's a pacey youngster, and so is this man on the ball, but he's given it away. Akash Sanadi. This is Akiraj Martins. Akiraj taking the shot on, but Prussell does well. Gets the ball, just gets it up and over for Cyril Dice to chase. This is Myron Fernandez, plays it back to Ozan Silva. And that was a giveaway really from Akash Sanadi. It was well anticipated by Akiraj Martins, but we're talking about Akash Sanadi, but he really is a talented youngster, Akash Sanadi, with a bright future ahead of him. And today, against one of the top teams of Goa, Sporting Clube De Goa, they'll be looking to make his mark again, set the pace for his future, Akash Sanadi. In the meantime, Sporting Clube De Goa have won an early free kick just outside the box. This should be called in, and this is Alan Pixoto, Gautam Dice and Gaurav Kankonkar all standing over the ball. We've seen how dangerous the likes of Marcus Mascarenhas can be in these situations as this ball comes in. Marcus Mascarenhas has committed the foul on Ashok Mingheri, and the referee has rightly blown for a foul. But Panjim footballers have to be careful with this man out there, Marcus Mascarenhas. He's absolutely deadly in those situations. His movement is second to none. He's He's been absolutely brilliant in this year's league. This is Kunal Kundaiker. Plays it back towards Silva. Very calmly played out by the goalkeeper. This is back to Kunal. This is Gaurav Kankonkar. We are seeing him after missing 3 games out with injury. And that is a very important inclusion in the team with Gaurav Kankonkar, and we can see the quality. Gaurav Kankonkar, beautiful box-to-box midfielder, spreads out the game beautifully, holds up play for Sporting, completely changes and likes to control the game at his own pace. Gaurav Kankonkar. This is Ashok Megheri at the centre of defence today in place of Akram Yadwad, who's injured. This is Prussell. And Alton does well to leave that out. The throw in taken. This is Ashok. This is Valmiki Miranda. Gives it away. This is a chance. As the shot comes in and just deflects off Marcus, who was in an offside position. Gaurav Kankonkar with the shot, but couldn't quite connect it, hence the deflection of Marcus. But once again, Panjim Footballers losing out the ball in a very dangerous area. This time Valmiki Miranda the culprit. Alan Pixoto will win that foul. Gautam Dice will be a happy man to see Gaurav Kankonkar back in action. They really complement each other well. Gautam Dice and Gaurav Kankonkar. This is Alan Pixoto, does well. Plays it back to Joel Colasso. The long clearance from Janio. This is early pressure from Sporting. Gautam Dice. Well defended by Ashok Megheri. This is Maron. Does well. Rohit Totad wins the foul. He's clutching his ankles, and Prussell gets a yellow card very early in the game. He's got to be careful now. It's only 6 minutes old, this game. Janio just having a word with the referee, because this was a dangerous tackle and quite rightly a yellow card given. Prussell just having a smile. He's a very passionate customer. He's had a good league too, because he's absolutely manned that left wing with all his heart. At the left back position, Prussell is always urging his teammates on, no matter what the result is. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. This is Gaurav's ball in, and there is the movement. And this time Alton Vaz, who is also very sly on these free kicks, gets into good positions to score, but almost gets at that, and he's disappointed with himself because he probably should have done better. He gets into good positions, right, but he's failed to convert even one of them. Marcus looking to lay it off to Gaurav. Panjim win the ball back. This is Lakesh. Lakesh Kavas also coming into the team today. This is Lakesh. Cyril Dice. Lakesh tries to go past 2. This is Marcus Mascarenas who wins the ball. This is Gaurav. Gautam Dice. Alton Vaz. Maran Fernandez Puts it up, beautifully done, but just did not time his run right. Marcus Mascarenhas, as we'll see this ball yet again. Myron puts it up for Marcus, but just offside there. Marcus went for his run a little too early that time. This is Kunal now. Gaurav does well yet again. Gaurav so slick in his movement. Gaurav Kankonkar, brilliant control. So good to watch. You find these box-to-box midfielders rare to find around the world, but when you do see them, you do feel a certain sense of satisfaction. But Gaurav Kankonkar, if he can keep his game up, I'm sure that there will be scouts around who will be watching. This is Joel Colasso. Marcus lays it off to Alan Pixoto, who's in an offside position. We'll see this again, and quite rightly so, in an offside position, Alan Pixoto. Janio to take this free kick. It's given away yet again. This is Gaurav. This has been slightly clumsy from Panjim Footballers. Gaurav, what a brilliant ball that is for Rohit Totad, but Rohit is also in an offside position. But just look at this from Gaurav Kankonkar. Look at the vision and look at the ability of this man to spread the ball out of nowhere. Quite rightly given an offside, but you've got to applaud that vision of Gaurav Kankonkar. Brilliant to watch. But you've seen this in the opening 10 minutes or so, that Panjim Footballers are not really allowing Sporting Clube De Goa into the penetrative zone of theirs, which Sporting Clube De Goa will be looking to get into. But they've been losing a lot of balls in that midfield region. Look at this again from Gaurav, dribbling his way past Pandurangons. This is Rohit Totad. Will look to keep this in. He does keep it in. Puts the cross in. Not the greatest one, but this game is right now being dictated by one man and only one man, and that is Gaurav Kankonkar, the man coming into the team for Sporting Clube De Goa today. You can see he's been a real miss for Sporting Clube De Goa at the heart of the midfield. What a player, Gaurav Kankonkar. This is Lakesh now. Joel Colasso looking to win it, but Janio with the clearance. And again, like I was saying, Panjim Footballers are losing a lot of balls in that midfield region. They are much better than what they are doing right now, at least what they've shown in the last two matches. But Sporting Clube De Goa are also doing a good job of pressing these young boys right up. Look at how high this defense of Sporting Clube De Goa is. They're not leaving an inch for these young boys of Panjim Footballers. This time, Panjim Footballers win the ball back, pressing. This is interesting stuff. Akash Sanadi just gets there after a heavy touch. Akash's ball forward is not a bad one, but Kunal outpacing Cyril Dice. This is Joel Colasso. As that man Gaurav, look at the composure. So calm on the ball. This is Joel Colasso. Kunal. Gautam Dice. Rohit does well. This is Gautam Dice. Looks for Rohit again, but well covered by Ashok Megheri. Puts it out for a throw-in. Francisco Vaz will be a concerned man. They do not want to lose points in this match because they will be looking to get back to winning ways, and Sporting Club De Goa, if they lose points here, will be almost gifting Selvel a chance to race towards the title. Only 2 games left after this. This is Olympic Soto who's gonna take this corner kick. Takes it short. Maron's ball in and takes a deflection, and it's cleared off, but Joel Colasso does well. Akiraj Martins to Myron Fernandez. This is Rohit. Goes on his mazy runs. This is Akiraj. Joel plays it forward but flicks it on for Gaurav, who was in an offside position, and this will run out for a goal kick. Is that man Gaurav? He's really dictating terms today, isn't he? Always getting that extra second on the ball. Beautiful first touch. Making space for himself. An example for these youngsters of Panjim Footballers to look up to Gaurav Konkar, the likes of Akash Sanadi. If you're aspiring to be playing for this Sporting Club De Goa team, as the maturity that Gaurav Konkar provides is second to none. This ball has been cleared out by Janio Fernandez for another throw-in for Sporting. This is Myron Fernandez. Rohit Totad. Myron. Can't keep that in. Gautam Dice. Throw in Panjim Footballers way. This is Prussell. Prussell's long throw-in has been flicked on, and this is Pandurangons chasing. Kunal plays it back to Ozan Silva, who's slowing the game down, allowing his players to get back into position. This is Alton. Cleared up by Myron Fernandez. This is Gaurav. Back to Alton. Kunal. Gaurav again. Look at this movement. Brilliantly done by Sporting Club De Goa. Just shifting in and out over there, Gaurav and Gautam, forming those little triangles. This comes from specific practices in training, which we call nowadays the rondo trainings that we see so often nowadays. And that's another brilliant ball played out wide, but Alan Pixoto will be unable to keep that in. But again, what vision from Gaurav Konkar to play that out wide to Alan Pixoto. But getting back to those formations that I'm sure we see so many of these trainings nowadays, with these rondo different transition games to keep possession football and make it a base more like the Pep Guardiola way of playing, where his philosophy is to keep the ball, because if you keep the ball you cannot lose the game. Give as less time for the opponents on the ball as possible. But it was an intriguing process to see that movement as Sporting Club De Goa were playing it out from the back, and the movement of Gaurav and Gautam Dice, and just drawing defenders out. The other central midfielder coming in to support. Absolutely brilliant to watch. I'm sure we have these coaches, video analysts, to go through the game after this, and this is why telecasting the Goa Professional League after many years is so important. Gives a chance for these players to analyze themselves as this ball comes in from Gautam Dice, and then Marcus Mascarenas' ball in, And just like that, Sporting Club De Goa have taken the lead. Once again, Marcus Mascarenhas at the end of it. And this time turning out to be provider. Again, his movement found out by Gautam Dias. His left-footed volley goes over Shervin's head, and Rohit Totad coming in from the right wing heads it in and gives Sporting Club De Goa a very well worked goal. I mean, look at this movement again. Look at Marcus Mascarenhas just going behind that defense of theirs, and that movement is absolutely brilliant. He just draws those defenders in towards him, gets behind them. Alan Colasso had no idea where Marcus Mascarenhas was, and Marcus follows the ball brilliantly. So good to watch. But credit to Rohit Totad as well. He gets on the end of it, scores the first goal for Sporting Club De Goa, and they're well on their way to returning to their victory stand. Sporting Club De Goa, they cannot take this Panjim Footballers team lightly, because we've seen Sporting Club De Goa can be a little overconfident at times. They've conceded that last minute goal against Sesa Football Academy. They conceded a goal against Selvel Football Club, and they conceded 2 against Kalingut Association, which turned out to be quite fatal. But here they are. This is Akiraj Martins, but Prussell gets back and does enough to deter Akiraj Martins from taking a shot on goal and troubling Sherwin. Long ball forward from Ashok McGarry. I mean, it's gone out for another Sporting throw-in, but Panjim Footballers look a little jaded here today. They're probably a little overawed by the situation. They are playing against their senior team, but they've looked a little clumsy. The likes of Akash Sanadi and Valmiki Miranda have been absolutely outclassed by Gautam Dias, and this so beautiful Gaurav Kankonkar, who's shown that he is a different class altogether. This is Cyril Dice, and then again a miss pass from Akash Sanadi. He's really not got going. If this Panjim Footballers team need to come back into this match, they will look to Akash Sanadi and Valmiki Miranda to take things under control, because right now this Panjim Footballers team are looking very vulnerable against a Sporting Club De Goa team which is looking very comfortable at the moment, and they've looked comfortable in most games this season, but they've had those moments, those rush of madness as we call it, as Rohit Totad wins this free kick, and Prussell again at the end of that foul. He's got to be careful, he's already on a yellow card. Pandurang and Lukesh Kumar Talwar forming that wall for Sherwin. But what a good move that was to construct that goal from Marcus Mascarenhas. Gautam Dias with the ball, and Marcus Mascarenhas providing it for Rohit Totad, and this another ball coming in again. Alton Vaz almost getting at the end of it, and you can see Marcus Mascarenhas sharing a funny smile with Alton, but he's got to score at some point, doesn't he? Because he's getting, look at that, he's again lost his marker. He's got to score there, isn't he? He's done everything right with his movement. He gets there, but face to score. It's almost Gautam Dice dribbling the referee over there. The referee didn't know where to go, but this is Rohit Totad with another foul by Valmiki Miranda, and that will be a yellow card for Valmiki Miranda. Rohit Totad racing past Valmiki on that occasion. This is Gautam Dice's ball forward to Rohit, and then with the fast touch he races past Valmiki. Apologizing to the ref immediately, hoping that would work in not getting a yellow card, but not the case. This is Myron Fernandez standing over this free kick. What can Myron do? Ball in from Myron. This is a good one, and yet again Alton Vaz at the end of it, but this time he's almost being a good parent right now to Janio Fernandez, who's landed in Alton Vaz's lap, and Alton, like a nice parent, just taking care of Janio. As Janio receives some medical attention, he should be fine, and the referee just having a check on Janio. But it's really been a good start for Sporting Clube De Goa, because there's hardly been anything at all for Kunal and Alton to do in this match, leave alone Ozan Silva, who's barely had a touch or two in this game. This is Cyril Dice. Cyril turns away from his marker. This is Valmiki Miranda. Plays it back to Sherwin. Sherwin with the clearance. Again given away. Just can't get out of their half right now, Panjim Footballers. This is Rohit Totad. Plays it back to Gautam. This is Rohit again. Looking to cross it in, Rohit, but not quite happening over there. Gets a throw in off it. This is Myron. There's that movement. Gaurav can conquer. This time Akash gets the better of him. Lokesh Kumar. Gaurav in chase, and Lokesh wins the throw in. Prussell will take this throw in for Panjim Footballers. Prussell's throw in and chested down, and ended up not getting out of their half yet, but they might just do here. Just about, but they give the ball away immediately. This is Marcus Mascarenhas and Joel Colasso. Beautifully played. Valmiki Miranda now in possession for Panjim. Puts it forward, but Kunal Kondaiker quite alert. This is Alan Pixoto. Lakesh Kawas wins the free kick over there from Alan Pixoto. There you see Alan just catching Lakesh from the back. Akash Sanadi will take this free kick. What can he conjure here? Akash's ball in. Will head straight into the hands of Ozan Silva. A confident Ozan Silva coming out and collecting it with ease. This is Kunal now. Joel Colasso. Joel's ball forward, almost missing Ashok McGarry. Gerard Martins was almost through on goal. This is Lakesh. Ashok. Ashok McGarry looking for some kind of movement from his teammates, doesn't get it. This is straight into the path of Ozen Silva. Ozen plays it wide to Alton. Alton moves forward. This is Myron, back to Alton. Being patient here, Sporting Clube De Goa, Kunal. This is Alan Pixoto up against Lakesh Kawas. Not happy with that. Lakesh just trying to hold Alan Pixoto back, but Alan doesn't get the free kick. This is Janio's clearance. This is Alan Colasso with a slightly heavy touch. Akash has played off a little shot yet again, but Ashok McHarry with the cover up. This is Lakesh. Akash yet again. Akash gets the foul this time from Gaurav Kankonkar. Just being a little too physical over there in that battle with Akash Sanadi. Gaurav. Prasil almost losing out the ball yet again. This is Janio. Just about, there's miscommunication between Janio and Sherwin. This is not the Panjim Footballers team which was looked so organized in the last two matches, but we know that they can come back at any point. This is Valmiki. Akash. This is great pressing from Sporting Clube De Goa. One must say that while we say that Panjim have been clumsy, it's mostly because of this extreme high pressing from Sporting Clube De Goa, as Joel Colasso comes forward looking for Alan Pixoto, as the referee has blown his whistle for the first cooling break, as the players head back to the dugout for some hydration. Minutes on at the Duler Stadium. Sporting Clube De Goa lead Panjim Footballers 1-0 courtesy a Rohit Totad header at the back of the net, and we'll get back to this game again. Gautam Dice who provided that ball for Marcus Mascarenas, who put it back in almost hugging the byline, and Rohit Totad does ever so well to get on the end of it. Beautifully played by Sporting Clube De Goa. Purcell did try his best, but look at this movement again as Marcus Mascarenas completely leaves his marker for dead. Brilliant movement, absolutely beautiful to watch. A proper team goal there from Sporting Clube De Goa, and it is 1-0 to the Flaming Orange, who are looking to head back to the top of the table, at least for some time, as Salgaonkar Football Club will have a game in hand. To get back to the top. But on the hindsight, Sporting Clube De Goa will be also looking to get their goal difference up against Panjim Footballers, because Salgaonkar Football Club on the other end, they're very high on goal difference. We saw the I-League this time. Gokulam Kerala, Trow and Churchill brothers all on the same points going into the last game of the I-League. And Gokulam beating Trow Football Club 4-1, and Churchill brothers winning the last game, but ending up on the same points as Gokulam Kerala, but they lost out on goal difference. So goal difference plays a major role, and Salgaonkar Football Club right now seem to be the favourites, not just in terms of where they stand on the table, but also in terms of goal difference, because they're right on top of their rivals with a plus 14 goal difference. This is Alan Pixoto, who does ever so well. It's just dwindling on the sideline as Alan Pixoto gives away the foul. This is Janio Fernandez. There you go, just pulling Lakesh Kavas from the back. Alan Pixoto. This is so well done by Gautam Dias. This is Gautam twisting and turning. This is Alan. Gautam does well to keep it in possession. Gautam's ball in, not getting on the end of it. This time Marcus Mascarenhas heads straight into the hands of Chauvin. Valmiki. This is Akash Sanadi. Look how high Gaurav is pressing Akash. They are right on top of these boys. Ashok Megheri. This is Prasil. Puts it forward, looking for the run of Cyril Dice, but not quite finding it yet again. Alton Vaz. This is Joel Colasso. Alan Pixoto does well. Good skill from Alan Pixoto. Gets the throw in. This is Joel Colasso. Joel's long throw headed on. This is Valmiki, but that is so poor from Valmiki in looking to shield the ball. Marcus just runs back and gets the ball away from him. And it's lack of awareness from Valmiki Miranda. This is Prasil yet again. Ashok. This is very impressive right now from Sporting Clube De Goa, because they just aren't allowing this Panjim Footballers side to get past the halfway mark, and when they do, they hardly have any tooth behind their attack. They're just hoping with those balls. Akash. Lokesh Kumar. This is Pandurangons. Back to Akash. Valmiki leaves it for Janio. This is Valmiki Miranda. Alan Colasso leaving it for Valmiki. This is Lakesh Kavas. Alan Colasso. Valmiki Miranda just holding up play, playing it back to Akash. Lokesh Kumar. Akash Sanadi. Beautifully played, but Akash just cannot get on the end of it. Alton with the interception. Lakesh. Valmiki. Akash. And this is the first time that we've seen the spell from Panjim Footballers, and Prasil is in offside position. We'll see this again on that offside as Akash turns away looking for the run of Prasil, who comes into that ball from an offside position. This is a ball played forward. Cyril tries to chase it. Alton does well. And that is the first corner of the game in the 38th minute, as we see Alan Pixoto making his way out and Philippa Dogfu making his way in. Francisco Vaz is not taking anything lightly. He wants those goals, and he's sending out his Nigerian shooter on board as this ball comes in from Panjim Footballers. It's gone out for a goal kick from Akash Sanadi. You can see the disappointment on his face. It'll be interesting how Sporting slot into that position now, because Akiraj Martin's also forward. We'll see him playing in those left wing and right wing positions with Rohit Totad. They might just be shifting in and out of those positions, but we'll also see Marcus Mascarenhas, who loves falling back into different positions. He's almost untraceable. This is Rohit Totad, does beautifully yet again. Prussell gets back and does well. This is Valmiki Miranda. Alan Colasso gives it away. This is Marcus Mascarenhas. Like I said, this Marcus on the left wing. Gaurav. Philippa Dogwu, look at that control. Joel Colasso. What a situation to come in for Philippa Dogwu, his team in complete control. But they will be looking to get that second goal because they've paid in the previous matches when they couldn't close out a game. Sporting Clube De Goa, and they would want to change those stats around. This is Valmiki Miranda just having a word with his fellow teammates. Joel Colasso with the throw-in. This is Marcus. Joel. Gaurav skipping away from Valmiki's challenge, spreads it out wide to Myron Fernandez. This is Rohit Totad. Gautam Dice makes the run forward. The ball in! Just look at that goal from Makiraj Martins. What a team move that is from Sporting Clube De Goa. Myron's ball forward. This is Rohit Totad, and look at this run from Gautam Dice. Akash Sanadi loses him out. The ball comes in and absolutely extravagantly placed into the bottom corner with a flick on from Makiraj Martins. A goal Neymar Jr. would have been proud of, but look at this for a team move. It started on the left wing with a throw-in from Joel Colasso. Let me run you through that move. Joel Colasso to Marcus Mascarenhas. Marcus back to Joel Colasso. Joel placed it on to the path of Gaurav Kankonkar, who played it wide to Myron Fernandez, who found Rohit Totad on the right wing. And Rohit played a beautiful ball for the on-rushing Gautam Dice, who put it on a platter for Akiraj Martins, who fancily found the bottom corner. What a team move. That has got to go down as one of the best team goals of this year's Selvel Goa Professional League. Absolutely brilliant. Sporting Clube De Goa are right on top of their game right now. This is Gaurav Kankonkar. Look at this movement. This is a great move once again. Just breaks down as Janio, Ashok Megheri blocks that pass from Marcus Mascarenhas. Otherwise it was another through. This is Myron Fernandez. Gives the cross in. Another dangerous one, looking for Philippa Dogwu this time. Sporting Clube De Goa are on the rampage right now. This is Lakesh Kavas. Alan giving it back to Janio. This is Gaurav yet again. I can just count the number of missed passes that Gaurav has made, and I really think it's just been one so far, where he's been stripped off the ball by Akash Sanadi. What a performance this has been so far from Sporting Clube De Goa. They look so comfortable, and they are 2 goals to up against Panjim Footballers, who were on a good run, but some brilliant team football from Panjim. I beg your pardon, Sporting Clube De Goa have not let Panjim Footballers put a foot on this game. This is Gaurav again stripping Valmiki Miranda off the ball, and Valmiki giving the foul away this time on Gaurav Kankonkar and Sporting Club De Goa will look to get their third goal just before half time here, and they're absolutely thundering towards getting back to winning ways in this year's Selvel Goa Professional League. What a chance this is. And there'll be a bundle of players for Sporting to line up behind this ball, and we can already see Gaurav and Marcus, Maron Fernandez and Gautam Dias lining up behind this free kick. All four of them quite capable from this sort of area, but Marcus moves away and it looks like it is going to be Gaurav Kankonkar who's going to take this free kick. It is Gaurav! Just saved on by Chauvin. It was on target but straight at Chauvin. A good save. It was travelling, and it has been palmed out for another corner for Sporting Club De Goa. The danger not yet over. Maron Fernandez heads over to take this corner kick. Maron's ball in is not a bad one. Headed on, well defended. This is Akiraj Martins, plays it back to Kunal Kundakar, who's really the only back for Sporting Club De Goa at the moment, as Alton makes his way back. Kunal's ball forward. As we see 2 minutes of additional time shown by the assistant referee. Rohit Totad's ball in. It's another chance, but this time grabbed on by Chauvin. It's Rohit Totad. This time the run he gets from Gaurav Kankonkar is a good one, who crosses it in. This is Marcus. Akiraj Martins finds the top corner. Marcus Mascarenas with another assist. We almost lost this goal, but we got it right on time. But another brilliant team move. This looks like a walk in the park right now, as Marcus Mascarenas takes it brilliantly past Janio, misses the tackle. Marcus puts it back for Akiraj Martins, who brilliantly curls it past Chauvin, who has only one job to do, and that is stare at the ball that hits the top corner. Look at this from Akiraj Martins for a finish. Quite brilliant. That's the second goal for Akiraj today. It's 3-0 for Sporting Club De Goa, who are looking absolutely rampant. They're showing their frustrations and taking it out on their younger counterparts, Panjim Footballers, and they're well on their way to returning to winning ways. But Panjim Footballers have got a corner here, and they'll be looking to pull one back right now at the end of this first half. This could well be the last attack of this half. Penduran gons his ball in. The header comes in, it bounces in the box, and it goes out for another corner. There is just about time to take another one from Panjim Footballers. Can they get a goal back? This is Akash Sanari. Akash's ball forward, flicked on. This is dangerously in the box. Has been kicked out for a throw-in, but no time to take the throw-in this time, as the referee brings the first half to an end in what has been an absolute walk in the park today for Sporting Club De Goa, with Gaurav Kankonkar coming back into the team. He's been in complete control of this game against Panjim Footballers, and that as the flaming orange and Panjim footballers walk back to their dugouts. At halftime, the scoreline will read Sporting Clube De Goa 3, Panjim Footballers 0. We are back for the second half in what has been an absolute walk in the park so far for Sporting Clube De Goa. But Panjim Footballers will be looking to change things around in the second half. But Sporting will be looking to continue more of the same from the first half. But interestingly, Panjim Footballers have looked slightly off colour today because they're missing some key players today as well. But the likes of Akash Sanadi and Valmiki Miranda have been completely neutralised by the high pressing game of Sporting Clube De Goa, with Gaurav Kankonkar and Gautam Dias all over those young lads. It's been a very comfortable afternoon for that man on your screen, Ozan Silva, who's barely had a touch on the ball. This is Panjim Footballers just having their final discussions before they get out onto the battle fields with Sporting Clube De Goa. Akash Sanadi and Lokesh Kumar Talwar and Valmiki Miranda have been absolutely neutralized by this Sporting Clube De Goa team, and they will be looking to have some impact on this game in the second half, which already looks to have been won by Sporting Clube De Goa. But almost a half of redemption for Panjim Footballers. What can they do? As the referee blows his whistle and Panjim Footballers gets the second half on their way. Chandan Gawas has come on in place of Alan Colasso.
This number 17, Alan Colasso. This is played by this number 21, Chandan.
This is Valmiki Miranda, cleared on by Gaurav. This is Ashok Megheri. Ashok's ball forward, headed on by Kunal. Gautam Dias. Maran Fernandez. Pasil does well against Rohit Totad this time. This is Lokesh Kumar. Ashok Megheri to Janio. Headed on again by Joel Colasso. Will find Philip Dogvu. Philip holds it back, plays it to his forward partner Marcus Mascarenas. Again miscommunication. This is Gaurav. This half has started more like the first half. This ball being played in that attacking third of Panjim Footballers. Lokesh Kumar Talwar. Look at this from Sporting Clube De Goa, forcing Panjim Footballers to go long. Kunal with the header. This is Joel Colasso. Gautam Dias. Gautam's ball forward. This is Akiraj Martins, who's on a hat-trick. But the ball has gone out. But well kept in again by Janio Fernandez. Janio's ball forward. Easily headed on by Alton. This is Gaurav. Philippa Dogvu. Look at this football right now from Sporting Clube De Goa. Gaurav ever so calm on the ball. Kunal. Alton being chased by Pendurangons. Look at the composure on that from Alton Vaz. This is Rohit Totad. Philippa Dogbu. Akiraj Martins plays it through, but this will be straight into the hands of Chauvin. Well worked move yet again. Just missing that final ball this time from Akiraj Martins. This has been an absolute throbbing here from Sporting Clube De Goa. There's been some sensational football. That's probably the fourth time that Mazin Silva has got to touch the ball, and that too from back pass from Alton Vaz. This is Alton again. Gautam Dice, Philip Adogbu, Gaurav, Kunal, Gaurav again. Always on the move, Gaurav. Always looking to play the ball. This is Gautam Dice with a slightly heavy touch. Prasil does well. This is Akash. Look at that close pressing down from Panjim Footballers. Valmiki Miranda. This is Valmiki again. Plays it back to Prasil. Ashok McGarry, Prasil again. This is Maran Fernandez to take the throw in. Plays it back to Alton. Kunal. Gautam Dice. Switches play. This is Rohit Totad. The ball is in. This is not offside. Rohit Totad shifts his position and Philip Adogbu cannot get it under control, but this could have been another goal for Sporting Clube De Goa. This is Rohit Totad yet again wins the ball in the attacking third. Maran Fernandez's ball in, the header comes in, and guess who gets on the score sheet? It's Philip Adogbu, the Nigerian sharpshooter. Heads the ball past a hapless Chauvin as this cross comes in from Maran Fernandez, and that's a brilliant header from Philip Adogbu. Sporting Clube De Goa are marching forward right now.
It's played by just number 8, Krishna Gao.
As Panjim Footballers are making yet another change. And see this goal again. All of these 4 goals from Sporting Clube De Goa have been team goals, and Panjim Footballers have looked quite hapless to defend against them. Mazin Silva. This is Gaurav. He's almost given it away. He has given it away. This time Gaurav is the man who's been caught in that pressure. Almost getting a taste of his own medicine there, Gaurav Konkar, with the high pressing from Panjim Footballers, but they don't quite take advantage of it. Pandurang Gons is the person who's gone off, and Krishna Vasudev Gavas has come on for Pandurang. Has hardly had any touch of the ball in today's game, Pandurang. This is Cyril against Rohit Totad. As Akiraj Martins has been pulled back by Ashok McGarry as he slipped it through his legs and was almost through on goal. You see, just pulling Akiraj back, who's on a hat-trick. Akiraj Martins. And there's another sea of players standing over this free kick. Rohit moves out. This is Gaurav now moving out. Gautam plays it to Gaurav. Gaurav steps into the box. Can he keep it in? He cannot keep it in as the ball goes out for a goal kick. But Sporting Clube De Goa looks set for much more against the Panjim Footballers side today, who looked a shadow of themselves. The ball forward looking for Chandan Gavas. Gives away the free kick. Joel Colasso, the man on the ground. Savio Vaz will be a happy man today with what he's seen from his team. They needed a victory, and boy, they're romping home right now with still 53 minutes only played. 40 minutes, 37 minutes to go in this half. It's already Sporting Clube De Goa 4, Panjim Footballers 0. They're romping home right now. Sanari takes it quickly to Valmiki. Valmiki has looked completely off today, off colour. Those passes, those range of passes, not just working out for them. Ashok Megheri with the clearance. Krishna Gavas and the header out. This is Joel Colasso, Marcus Mascarenhas, Gaurav spreads it out to Myron Fernandez. Myron plays it to Rohit. Rohit's ball in. This time it's well defended by Ashok Megheri. Russell's ball forward. And Kane falls to Gautam Dias. This is Gaurav. Gaurav takes the shot on. He has full right to go for it. He has been absolutely magnificent in that centre half position. Central midfield position rather. And this time a little too ambitious on that occasion, but he's allowed that one off goal, isn't he? This is Alton's header. Myron back flicks it. This is Rohit Totad. Rohit puts it forward for Philip Dogwu. Philip does well, gets past Ashok. He's played a ball through to Rohit. The movement from Sporting Clube De Goa have been top class today. Alton powers Krishna off the ball, wins the throw-in. This is Myron Fernandez to take the throw-in. Myron with a heavy touch. This time gives away the throw-in. Russell's throw, headed on by Myron. Gaurav finds Marcus Mascarenhas. Gautam Dias to Kunal. Joel Colasso looking for Rakiraj Martins, but Janio Fernandez sliding into that challenge does well on that occasion. Back to Kunal. The ball does come off Krishna Vasudev Gavas, but it's gone straight to Alton. This is Philip Dogwu. Everything is working out Sporting Club's way at the moment. Even those tricky deflections are turning out to be back in their possession. This is Chauvin. Chauvin with the goal kick. Headed on by Gautam Dias. Lakesh Gavas with the throw-in. This is Cyril. Valmiki Miranda. It was almost through for Lokesh Kumar Talwar, but Gaurav Konkar once again stripping Valmiki Miranda of the ball, but this time Marcus Mascarenhas is offside as that ball came in from Gaurav. Quite rightly so. Marcus just straying offside on that occasion. Free kick taken. Joel Colasso's throw in. It's close control, brilliant from Akiraj Martins. This is Rohit Totad. Maran Fernandez, Gautam Dias, Kunal Kondaiker, Philippa Dogwu, Joel Colasso. This is brilliant football right now. Possession at its best, as just as we call it, commentators curse. Maran Fernandez disappointed with himself, just losing his concentration, and there's a substitution happening as Rohit Totad goes off, and Harshad Naik is the man who comes on for Rohit. This is Marcus Mascarenhas. Driving in Marcus, still Marcus. This is Harshad. And this first touch of the ball. It's a good cross in as the header comes in from Marcus Mascarenhas. Again into a good position. And it's gone over Sherwin's goal. Harshad Naik's first contribution is not a bad one. Kunal Kondaiker with the header, and again with the towering header. This time he doesn't know where it falls. Gautam Dias against Akash Sanadi wins the free kick. Has been quite a forlorn figure today, Akash Sanadi, and Valmiki Miranda have been outclassed and outplayed in the central midfield region by Gautam Dias and Gaurav Kankonkar. This is Maron Prussell, Valmiki Miranda, Janio. It's the ball forward. This is Chandan Kawas against Joel Colasso, who does well, puts it out for a throw-in. The ball comes in from Lakesh, but headed on and kept in control from Alton. Wins another throw-in, Lakesh. Lakesh's throw-in has been cleared on by Joel Colasso. This is Akash Sanadi. Plays it out wide, looking for Lakesh Kawas, but this time he loses out, and this is Philippa Dogwu pacing forward on the counter-attack, finds his forward partner Marcus Mascarenhas, and Akiraj Martins will not get on the end of it, and apologies coming in straight away from Marcus Mascarenhas. That was a good chance for the fifth on the counter-attack. Chandan Kawas losing out and winning it back. This is Akash. Valmiki Miranda losing out yet again. It's been a very casual approach from Valmiki Miranda. This game is almost over, but in terms of the scoreline, but you've got to give in your everything. And we've not seen that urgency from Valmiki Miranda in this game. As Lokesh Kumar Talwar gets another free kick for Panjim Footballers, as it's been a tough afternoon for the boys in white, but there are a lot of lessons to be learned from a clinical performance from Sporting Clube De Goa. They're showing the younger ones on how to play at the topmost level. This is Ashok Megheri's ball. Prasil's flick on. This is Prasil again. Lokesh Kumar Talwar. Lokesh tries to find Prasil, but it's clear on by Alton Vaz. This will run out for a throw-in. Ashok leaves it for Prasil to take this throw-in. Prasil's throw not controlled by Lokesh Kumar Talwar, and as a result of it, Myron gets the throw-in and takes it quickly for Sporting Clube De Goa. They'll be looking for that 5th goal. This is Kunal. Marcus back to Kunal. He plays it back towards Silva. Alton Vaz. Gautam Dice. Makiraj gives it away. This is Valmiki. Again given away by Krishna. Cleared up by Ozan Silva. Ashok Megheri with the header. Slightly clumsy here from both teams at the moment. This is Philippa Dog with the game tends to get a little clumsy as one team is very comfortably up 4-0 and the other team almost out of the game. They are looking to control the scoreline more than anything else, and the other team not really pushing all the way forward, although Sporting Clube De Goa will be looking to get that 5th goal in as they win another corner. This is Joel Colasso who wins the corner. Can Alton Vaz finally get on the end of one set piece and score of all things, because he does get on the end of it but doesn't quite score. But we saw an assist from him in the last game for Marcus Mascarenhas as this ball comes in from Myron and another one of them comes in from Alton this time, and he still doesn't find the goal. Quite funny actually. Alton Vaz. It'll be interesting to see the number of times he's got on the end of a corner, and he does so again, and he blocks his own striker's shot at goal. Does a defensive work as well for Panjim Footballers. That's a brilliant ball. This is Gaurav. He switches play, but not the best decision. Tried to be a little fancy on that, Gaurav Kankonkar. Probably should have shot when he had the chance, but Myron, what a ball that was over the head of Prasil. Gaurav Kankonkar, that's when he should have pulled the trigger, but he tries to be a little too fancy on that, takes his time, but doesn't get enough time to slot it past Chauvin. This is gonna be another corner kick. Myron Fernandez will take this corner yet again. The ball comes in and it's headed on again by Alton Vaz, and it's not Alton who scores it, but Gaurav Kankonkar is the man who taps it past a fallen Chauvin, and it is the 5th goal of the afternoon It is Sporting Club De Goa 5, Panjim Footballers nil. It's been a drubbing really, as Gaurav Kankonkar will head out. We'll see this corner kick. There is that towering header yet again from Alton Vaz, and Gaurav Kankonkar scores the goal he wanted. He missed it the first time and then just taps it into an open goal. But you've got to say that Alton Vaz has been quite brilliant in those set piece movements. There you see Gaurav Kankonkar being substituted. It is 5-0. He will be a happy man, and Savio Vaz will have no complaints with his commanding player at the central midfield position, Gaurav Kankonkar. They have a big game coming up against Tempo Sports Club, as we see that Lloyd Mascarenhas comes on in place of Gaurav Kankonkar. It's time to give a chance to these youngsters now for Sporting Club De Goa. This game is already won with 20 minutes still to play. This is Ozan Silva. One of the rare times the ball does come to him. And Gaurav Kankonkar, he has a big game on his hands against Tempo Sports Club next, with the likes of Kirtikesh Kadekar and Danston Fernandez to counter in the central midfield position for Tempo. It's gonna be a treat to watch that battle between Gaurav Kankonkar, Gautam Dias versus Kirtikesh and Danston Fernandez. It'll be a very interesting watch. What a game that is going to be. And that will be a huge game in the context of the title race, with Sporting Club De Goa and Tempo Sports Club. Whoever come out victorious in that match will turn out to be in the title race, but the one team losing will be out of the title race. Salgaonkar Football Club will have their eyes set on that encounter, where Sporting Club De Goa face Tempo Sports Club in their next match, whereas Salgaonkar on the other hand will be looking to get their campaign back on track, because they've not been in the best of forms, although they have just about managed to keep a hold on to that top position in the league, but having lost to Panjim Footballers, who've looked a shadow of the team that beat the Greens last game. But Salgaonkar Football Club will be really looking to get back to winning ways and keeping their hold on the title race. It still is in their hands. This is Ashok Meghari. Salgaonkar face Garden Angel, who are battling relegation, who will be coming all out against a Salgaonkar team to get something out of it really, as Lloyd Mascarenhas takes that shot. It's not on target and doesn't trouble Chauvin at all. This is Lakesh, who tries to find a player, but it gives away the ball, but luckily for him it's gone out for a throw-in for Panjim Footballers. This is Akash Sanadi. Prussell plays it out wide to Lokesh Kumar. This is Akash Sanadi being placed now by Lloyd Mascarenhas. Not a happy man there, Akash. too close of comfort, as we call it from Lloyd Mascarenhas. Joel Colasso has had a good game down the left hand side as he clears this ball out. It will be a throw-in for Panjim Footballers. Lakesh Kawas takes it. This is Krishna. Chandan now. Krishna again. Krishna's ball in. Well dealt with by Myron. This is Alton. Alton's clearance will head to another Panjim Footballers throw-in. Lakesh Kawas to take this throw-in. Alton was with the header. This is Gautam Dias back to Kunal. Headed on by Janio. This is Lloyd Mascarenhas, chests it down. Plays it back to Ozan Silva. Calmly done from Lloyd Mascarenhas. This is Cyril Dias. Deflected onto Valmiki's path, but Prasil gives the ball away. This is Lloyd Mascarenhas. This is very well done between Lloyd and Harshad. Lloyd still going, dribbling his way past Ashok Mikeri, but Prasil gets the tackle in. This is Akiraj Martins, who will be looking to get the hat-trick. He won't have a better chance because his team has been on a roll today. Akiraj Martins fancily flicking one past Ozan Silva, and then curled one into the top corner of Sherwin's goal in the first half. It will be quite a hat-trick if he does get it. He will look to take the match ball home for today. This is Alton Vaz. Plays it to Myron Fernandez. This is Gautam Dias, bundled over by Krishna, but no foul given by the referee. Interesting. This is Akash Sanadi. Just slowing things down. The game has been slowed down considerably from both teams because, like I said before, this game is already won for Sporting Clube De Goa, and Panjim Footballers are only hoping that they don't concede any more from this. As we see a player down on the ground, and it's Krishna Vasudev Kawas who's on the ground for Panjim Footballers, as the referee has blown the whistle for the second and final water break for the players, as Krishna Vasudev Kawas is being attended to, and it has been an absolute demolition here at the Duler Stadium, with Sporting Clube De Goa leading Panjim Footballers 5-0 with a quarter of the game still to go. It's been a show, a real classy show from Sporting Clube De Goa. That man Marcus Mascarenhas is still to get onto the score sheet, and that's something which you don't see often, but he has 2 assists to his name today. Actually 3 if you consider that Gaurav Kankonkar goal as well, because it was his pass that led to Gaurav tapping it into the goal. As we see another substitution happening for Panjim Footballers, as Joyson Gonkar will come in place of Lokesh Kumar Talwar. Lokesh will be disappointed with how this game has gone for Panjim.
It's placed by Jason
This has
number
been
5.
played
Duler
forward
Stadium.
straight into the hands of Ozan Silva. This is Alton Vaz. Kunal. Played forward from Joel Colasso. This is Prussell. Prussell plays it back to Ashok Megheri. Cleared on by Maron Fernandez. It's a throw in for Panjim Footballers. This is Akash Sanadi. Akash plays a good 1-2, but Lloyd Mascarenhas with the foul. Akash plays it square to his partner in crime, Valmiki Miranda. This is a good run from Lakesh. This is Krishna. Very well defended yet again. Very organized at the back, Sporting Clube De Goa. They've had those odd moments of madness, but they've been almost flawless today. Sporting Clube De Goa, a perfect performance if there was ever one today from Sporting Clube De Goa. This is Harshad. Back to Alton. This is Lloyd Mascarenhas moving forward, staking his claim, trying to make a mark of his own. Giving the ball away on that occasion though. This is Ozan Silva who will easily collect the ball. Look to spread it out. This is Ozan. Rolls it to Alton. Kunal. Gautam dies. Alton, Lloyd Mascarenhas. Maron Fernandez. Loses out. That ball from Harshad not good enough for him. This is Choisin. Kunal does well yet again. Reads the game beautifully. This is Valmiki. This is much better from Panjim Footballers. They'll be looking to get a consolation goal or two here. Going into the last 10 minutes. This is not a bad ball forward. Ozan Silva almost lost it on that occasion, but gets it on the second attempt. This is Gautam Dice. You can see that this is like a stroll in the park right now for Sporting Clube De Goa. They know that they have a very, very important game against Tempo Sports Club coming up, and they do not want to overdo things because they look very comfortable with a 5-goal lead right now. And it has helped their goal difference as well comfortably up against Salgaocar Football Club. But Salgaocar will not be very happy looking at this game because Sporting Clube De Goa are well and truly in the race for the title, because they will be on 19 points, 2 points ahead of Salgaocar Football Club. But they will be up there in terms of goal difference as well right now, with 5 goals in their favor today. And this is Kunal Kundaikar. Kunal's ball forward. Filippo Dogwu has also got onto the score sheet today, falling back into the defensive half, keeping possession for the Flaming Orange. This is Philip. Gautam Dice with a beautiful ball forward. This is Joel Colasso. Joel moving forward, plays it back. This is Maron Fernandez coming into that central position. Myron's ball forward. This is Marcus Mascarenhas, just can't get it in control from his chest. This is Joel Colasso again. Alton. Maron will keep that in. This is Lloyd Mascarenhas. Lloyd just holding on to the ball a little longer, but gets it. This is Harshad. Maron Fernandez. Kunal. This is Filippo Dogvu. Joel Colasso. Managing the game very well right now, Sporting Clube De Goa. They are not pushing forward. They've gone down 2-3 gears. They're almost operating at first gear right now, Sporting Clube De Goa, but we know that they can go up a few gears when they want to. Akash takes it quickly. This is Janio. Valmiki Miranda. Krishna to Lakesh Kawas. This is Krishna again. Krishna on his left foot tries to thread it through for Johnson. This is Lloyd. Beautiful 1-2 with Gautam Dice. Plays it out wide to Marcus. Joel Colasso to Alton Vaz. He's moving forward. Alton plays it through. Philip Dogbo will not get in the end of it. Neither does he push to do that. This is Chauvin. Panjim Footballers have always been a team which runs on low budget, but they've always competed and placed well in the Selvel Goa Professional League, and they're well from safety this time. And they've shown that off chance where they do conjure some magical moments. And the first that comes to my mind is that brilliant team goal that they scored against Tempo Sports Club in the first half, with Lloyd Cardozo finishing off a brilliant move, but only to collapse in the second half within 10 minutes of the second half starting. But the highlight of their season will really be how they beat Salgaonkar Football Club and opened up the title race completely, winning 1-0 against the marauding favourites in that game. But they have been trounced here, absolutely demolished. This is Akiraj Martins looking for the hat-trick, but he is in an offside position as Marcus Mascarenhas was coming forward. Akiraj making the run. A very close call indeed, but maybe Marcus Mascarenhas could have left the ball a little earlier. This is Ashok Megheri. Akash Sanadi. Back to Ashok. Ashok's ball forward. This is Prasil. Prasil puts it forward. Not a bad ball in, but very calmly dealt with by Kunal Kundaikar. Very, very calm there. Ozen Silva rolls it to Lloyd Mascarenhas. This is Myron. Harshad. Philip. Gautam Dice. Gautam plays it through. Look at that movement. Marcus Mascarenhas is through on goal. He steps over and he's messed that up. Everything right about that, but for the finish. He'll be embarrassed with that, isn't he? Marcus Mascarenhas, a forward of his quality, finally gets the chance to get on the score sheet. Messes it up royally. Look at this ball. Look at this run from behind Janio Fernandez. And Marcus Mascarenhas with a wry smile on his face. Misses that up, and there you see he's sharing a smile. Even the Panjim footballers sharing a smile with Marcus Mascarenhas. Quite casual in that finish. This is Prussell. Valmiki Miranda plays it out wide. This is Cyril Tice. The ball comes in, not a bad one, but no one getting on the end of it. This is Joyson Gonkar. Myron Fernandez lunging into the tackle. Apologizing straight away. Gives away the free kick. We'll see this again, and that quite clearly is a bad tackle from Myron Fernandez. Not happy with himself there. And quite rightly so, because he's been shown a yellow card by the referee. As this is a chance for Panjim Footballers to get a consolation. Valmiki Miranda's ball in. We've seen those go in. And we've seen that from Joel Barreto for Garden Angel go in previously against FC Goa. But in the very last second, what a goal that was from Joel Barreto. Cutting in from the left hand side, moving in and curling it into Dylan De Silva's top corner. It would really be one of the contenders for the goal of the tournament. This is Akiraj Martins now driving in. This is Philippa Dogvo trying to trick his way into the box. Janio does well, but Akash Sanadi once again gives it away. This is Lloyd Mascarenhas, takes the shot, and not at all a good one, as the assistant referee shows 3 minutes of additional time. This is Janio Fernandez, Valmiki Miranda, Lakesh, Janio, Valmiki, Lakesh again. Gives it away, Chandan Gawas, but gets it back. Valmiki plays it through. This is Joyson up against Kunal. Kunal does well to hold it up. The ball comes in. It's not a bad one, and Ozin couldn't get hold of it completely as Chandan Gawas was coming in, and it has gone off him. As Cyril's cross was not a bad one at all. Chandan just failing to keep it on target. Ozin plays Gautam Tice. Will they look for the 6th goal? Akiraj Martins will be gunning for that hat-trick though. Lloyd Mascarenhas, he'll be hoping that his teammates give him that opportunity to score that hat-trick. This is Lakesh, flicked on by Joyson. This is Krishna. Krishna to Akash with the shot, but a little too late in the end from Krishna. In the end, the shot does come in from Valmiki, but not one which would trouble Lawson Silva on goal, as he gets down low to his left hand side and grabs onto it easily as he launches this forward. This is Lloyd Mascarenhas, Philippa Dogwu, Akiraj Martins. Akiraj plays it wide to Joel. Gautam Dice. Kunal. Alton Vaz. Lloyd Mascarenhas. Gautam's ball forward. This is Marcus Mascarenhas now. Marcus with the ball, not a great one in the end, and will go out for a show-in goal kick. Into the last 15 seconds of this match, and the referee will not play a lot of added-on time as this game is almost done and dusted on a beautiful Saturday evening. And that is the final whistle from the referee, and that is that from the Duler Stadium, as Sporting Clube De Goa returned to winning ways in emphatic style, beating Panjim Footballers 5 goals to nil, as Harshad Naik is lying on the ground, something bothering him, but nothing will bother Francisco Savio Vaz today, because it is Easter weekend here in Goa, and it's a gift for all those Sporting Clube De Goa supporters as they head back to the top of the table. They boost their goal difference in what has been a perfect afternoon for Sporting Clube De Goa. The Flaming Orange at full time have come out triumphant against Panjim Footballers 5 goals to nil. As we take a small holiday tomorrow because of Easter, we will have our next match on the 5th of April, where Selvel Football Club will be looking to wrest back that top position from Sporting Clube De Goa when they face Garden Angel Sports Club in a very crucial encounter for both teams in very different contexts of the Selvel Goa Professional League. This is me, Shatal Rudat, signing off from the Duler Stadium. Happy Easter to all the Goans out there.